and my friends, we've been on a challenge of trying to read the entire Bible in less than a year. And recently, we were studying Abraham and Sarah. What really jumped out to me was the part about when Sarah heard that she would bear a child in her old age after she's been unable to have kids her entire life. My girl laughed. And y'all know me, I love a good laugh. But I was convicted rather quickly, because oftentimes we think that we have to fully believe a thing to happen in order for it to happen at all. When the Bible instructs us to have faith the size of a mustard seed, that's literally all we need. Have you seen the size of a mustard seed? What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Middle Child Podcast with your girl, Royal Bose. And as always, you know that you are appreciated here, you are seen here, and most definitely, you are loved here. What if I told you that it's okay to not believe? Yep, we're about to go there. What if I told you that it's okay to not believe and the provision will still be there? Lately, me and my friends, we've been on a challenge of trying to read the entire Bible in less than a year. And recently, we were studying Abraham and Sarah. What really jumped out to me was the part about when Sarah heard that she would bear a child in her old age after she's been unable to have kids her entire life. My girl laughed. And y'all know me, I love a good laugh. But I was convicted rather quickly, because oftentimes we think that we have to fully believe a thing to happen in order for it to happen at all. When the Bible instructs us to have faith the size of a mustard seed, that's literally all we need. Have you seen the size of a mustard seed? I'm talking a gnat. You know those flies we be, trying to push away in the middle of the summer around our food outside when it's hot and sticky and all of that. I'm talking about one of those who ate rather good that day, because it's slightly bigger than a gnat itself. So imagine a gnat who had a full 10-course meal that day, pushing a mountain. I don't know about y'all, but when I was in high school, I had the privilege of being a student ambassador for the president. Yes, the president. And we had to go to Japan for 2 weeks. While I was in Japan, I had the privilege of climbing Mount Fuji, one of the biggest mountains there is. And so when I think of that verse, I'm thinking of a gnat who ate rather well that day, pushing Mount Fuji, this huge mountain. And it gives me the courage I need to move on. I can have unbelief and still push forward. It doesn't have to be complete belief. You can have a little doubt. I guess what I'm trying to say is, when I first started the Middle Child Podcast, I just knew my podcast was going to take off within a couple months. Not because God gave me the instruction and I knew with him all things were possible, which that is the case, but that's not what fueled the excitement. What fueled my excitement was the fact that I had friends that were already in this industry. Heavy hitters, big names, footprint was already in the sand. They had followings, millions, thousands of followers. But when they rejected me, gave me excuses, didn't come through for me, I went back into that rabbit hole of unbelief. God, is this really what you called me to? Because if this is the case, why are the people that know what I'm going through not helping? He reminded me of two things. Number one is, if they help you obtain the level of success that you deem you should be at, who would get the glory? You would go around saying, oh, this episode got me this many followers. This person on this episode got me here. The only thing that would have resorted back to him was that 10-minute clip inside of an hour episode where we talked about God. Secondly, he encouraged me by saying that when I spoke to you, no one else was around. This was not a conference call. This was me and you. I told you the vision I had for your life. I told you the promise. I reminded you of your purpose and the calling that I placed on your life. So why is it that you feel you need provision from other people instead of coming to me? What also helped encourage me was my transparency birthed my future provision. Me sitting down with God and saying, hey, I don't believe this is for me. I believe that you steered me down the wrong path. My doubt, my unknowingness is what pushed me to keep going. It's almost like a person who can look in the mirror and say, oh, I don't like this roll on this side. I don't like my body shape right here. Them being transparent with themselves about what they see in the mirror open their eyes up to that gym that has been on First Street, 2nd Avenue all these years. It opens their eyes up to the fruits and vegetables that's in the front of the grocery store every time they go in there to get snacks. The provision was always there, but their lack of transparency with themselves is blinded their eyes to what they needed to see. So what I'm trying to say is it's okay to not believe. That doesn't take away from the provision that is waiting for you. You being honest with yourself and with your creator opens your eyes to the provision that he has in front of you. Most of my successful episodes have come from everyday people. And that's not me taking away from the marks, the influence that they are making in this world right now. But it comes from people who don't have a huge following. It comes from me sitting in the most vulnerable spaces of my office and my room, asking God to show me, who do I interview next? Who do I talk to next? Who needs to speak to people next? Because he hears the prayers of people listening. I don't. It also makes me have a love relationship for loans. You know, when you go inside a bank or you go somewhere and you sign your name on that dotted line and they give you some money and you got to pay it back with interest. Yeah. It reminds me of that because with a loan, you have to pay back. The bank can't take credit for your business becoming successful. They can say that they gave you a loan, but you're helping their portfolio out. Because when your business becomes successful, they're putting your business name inside of their portfolio so they can attract more clients. So again, there's provision, but it takes transparency. It takes you understanding that it's okay that I don't believe it right now. It's okay that I'm disappointed right now. It's okay that things are not going where I want them to go right now. But if I just sit in this and be honest a little while longer and have faith the size of a mustard seed, I will be successful in no time. Anyway, I'm not going to take up too much more of your time because I'm not just talking to y'all. I am talking to myself today. If only you knew, your girl has done this episode, I know 20 times, and that is not me exaggerating. I've been in this seat at least 20 times all day with this bright light on me, trying to get this message across to you. So hopefully it has helped somebody like it has helped me, how it has tore me up inside and all of that good stuff. But as always, you guys, you know that you are seen here, you are appreciated here, and most importantly, you are loved here. Thank you for watching another episode of the Middle Child Podcast with your girl, Royal Bowes.